Oh, didn't see you there. What an exciting day we've had. We've been up only locally down the road and picked up a bargain of a car. But what a car it is. Took well for many, many reasons. Well, it's nice to see you back, first of all. I know I've been a bit quiet recently, but there's lots of local history videos coming soon. And there's lots of BRM stuff coming soon. It's just been a bit, BRM stuff we've been cleaning up, getting it all sorted. And local history is just making big videos, and it's a lot of history. You can't really punt out quick. It's, you know, it takes a long time to do. But further ado, I'll show you what this video's about today. So follow me. And over here is meet Noel. MGZR 160. Now to the people out there, a 160 is the holy grail of the ZRs. But Noel's he's seen better days. Noel has. He needs a bit of work. But we've got to come with me. We've got to get some wheels for him. So these are being sprayed black. They should be silver with an MG badge here. But we don't know what to do, either buy a new set or strip these back and see what the silver's like underneath. Got to get either new wheels or take these back to silver, see what they like, and then respray them probably. So that's it. And then you've got to do this new wing. It's had a bit of a chav moment there. Someone's put these on because the lad that had it before us came a crapper in the snow and hit a banking. But it's all straight underneath. He's just allowing a low speed impact, and he's ripped this off, and he had to mount it onto his wing because they were already knackered. He didn't bother about putting them. Whoa, there's a few boy races in the background there as well. So yeah, we need a new wing. Need to take these stupid flaps off. Need new ones of them. Now I have a friend in Scotland, Maddie, who's got one of these in what she's stripping, and we've got a bumper on the front and a bumper on the back. But wings, we need to either find some X-Power grey wings from somewhere or get some nice new wings and spray them. But we're trying to, because it's a quick project this. At the moment it's a quick project because we've got too many other ZRs and other bits of cars. We want to try and get some X-Power ones of these. And also around here, got to get another one of these wings. Another indicator, take those stupid things off. Wheels again. It's quite a straight car. There was a scratch there. That might buff out, that might. To be honest, I wanted to show on camera what it looks like as we bought it with all the dirt and grime on it before we actually started doing anything to it, so you can see Noel's transformation into a nice car again. So come round here. The lad who hit it up the bank, he spun it round and he hit a guardrail on the back, so he's done the back bumper in. So Maddie in Scotland's got one of them for us as well. It's got a, as I call it, it's got a chav pipe on it, and it's I'll show you how loud that is in a minute. But it's not the best. We need to get probably a stock exhaust on that on tin. We've bought already, because they were dirt cheap, we bought some new lights from, because this one here, it's cracked, it's coming apart. So we've got one of them, we've got some of them coming in the post. Boot, as you can see there, it's all gone a bit wrong. It's got some spare lights for it, but they're those stupid, silly Lexus lights, where everyone likes to stick on these. The boot I'm not going to touch, but the boot needs tidy up down the bottom. And this is going here, and I'm not opening it at the moment because it's all a bit, as ZRs do, the locks and latches go a bit iffy and you can't shut them, it needs adjusting. It's a bit of a blister there. It's actually, it's a bit rusty there, needs new wipers on it. And but it's been stood from about 2016 to 2020, and then a guy saved it and put it on the road, and then that's where the lad we got it off bought it from, and he's just used it as a daily and ragged around in it pretty much. but we saved it. It was a good price, very good price. We went and saved it. It was local to us. Went and got it, and now the excitement begins of building it into a nice car again. So yeah, there's another flap there. Now the rear arches are just bobbling. They're just starting to go, and they always go down the MGZRs. They always tend to go, and they go underneath this. So the exciting bit is to pull that off and see how bad it is underneath that. But they always go there. They always tend to go there. But this has gone right on the top, and you see like all the dirt hides behind it, all the mud and stuff hides behind it. So we've got to take these off at some point, see what's hiding behind them. But it's quite clean down the side of the car, in scratches and that. It's quite alright. Now inside it's a bit busy because I'm doing my eBay and there's loads of boxes in the back, but in the front it's just a standard 160 interior. Now look in the back of there, it's full boxes. But Noel's actually a Mark 1 1.5, so he's got the Mark 2 seats in him, and I think he's got like Mark 2 ECU and stuff. He's like the body of a Mark 1, but underpinnings of a Mark 2. I'll just open the bonnet. So he's quite a late one compared to all the other ZRs we've got. Because we've got a 2002 ZR and an 03 ZR, so this is Noel's quite late. But under the hood, don't expect anything nice. He's honest. He's an honest engine. It looks rough, but you're better having an honest engine than a clean engine, because a clean engine hides all the. You know, if you go and pick a car up and it's dead shiny, you know someone's hiding something. So you can tell it's got a leak. I think crankshaft leak down there, you can see, and it's got a leak down the bottom of there as well. But it's a project car. It's not going to be used as a daily. So it's going to be used in. And also you see ABS module there, where 160s came with standard. Like all the others, we got 1.4s, and they didn't get opted with ABS. Oh yeah, and it's got a chav filter on it, like the chav pipe. It's got a chav filter. These make more noise than actually do any good. So we want to get a 160 box there. You've still got this pipe, because we got one of these. We got another one, and this is missing this on the one at home. So it's got one bonus. Noel's got the pipe for in the grill. But apparently it's had, before the lad bought it, the guy had it and put it back in. Apparently it's had a head done and it's had a timing belt done. I don't know if both timing belts have been done or he's just done one. But it's a bit grubby and it needs a good clean. Needs a good power wash it off and all. You can tell it's been sacked. All this is gone off. Aluminium tends to go off if it sits. And it needs its plastic cover there as well, putting back on. And it's also got, because it's a 160, it's got a PG1 gearbox on it. What people love PG1 gearboxes, because they're very tunable. But yeah, it needs a good clean. Yeah, and that's it pretty much. And I'm going to do some stuff back in the studio to tell you a bit more about 160s. And so how Noel came about was we've always wanted a BRM, a Rover BRM. What's a Rover 200 BRM, and we've always wanted one, and we've ended up getting BRM2s because we couldn't afford the actual car. So we've got two other blue ZRs, 1.4s, JJ and Gordon, who you hear me mention the names, and those two cars are identical twins. But one of them with a proper full BRM interior build in it, and we're in the proceeds. You've probably seen in my YouTube channel another video where we bought another interior and we're starting to do a BRM conversion on JJ. So we've always loved a BRM, but they just don't come up for the right price. People who think they're worth a load of money, or they're just really rough, or they're really far away and you can't go and pick them up. So the next obvious sort of buy is a an MGZR 160. And actually we didn't really plan it. It just came up for sale and I saw it and I was like, do you want to go and buy this? And we sort of agreed and went, yeah, let's go and get it. And it was a good price. And we went up and looked at it, and it was rough. We looked at it in the dark. It wasn't the best way to do it, looking at it in the dark. It should have been at light, but it was good. It's a good price. We bought it, and then we went and picked it up the next day. And we sort of fell in love with Noel. He's got a very good character, and he's like a rocket. What a fast car! Because we got a classic BM. And that's got a very similar engine to Noel, but it's about 20 horsepower less. And you would have thought, oh, there won't be that much difference, but no, dear me, Noel's fast, ridiculously fast. And the Rover BRM we want is only 143, but the BRM's got an LSD box in it, where Noel hasn't, just got an open box in it with a diff. So I don't think we'll be swapping him anytime soon for a BRM, because he's just a machine, a seriously good machine. So anyway, the sort of history of MGZRs is they built them from about 2001 to 2005, and they went through a facelift. So 2001 to mid 2004 was like the quad headlamps and that sort of look, that mean look. And then he facelifted them and smoothed out the lights. And some people's minds they look boring, some people's minds they look really good, the Mark II. But no, he's a best of both worlds, where no, I didn't know this when we went and picked him up. I only learned this because my friend Maddie told me. But he's a Mark I 1.5, so he's got the ECU of a Mark II and the cheaper, as they say, cheaper interior of a Mark II as well. And other little bits and bobs of a Mark II, because it was like the crossover year. So he's a very late Mark I, Noel is. What's quite interesting, I never knew that. I know it's always interesting to see crossover years and how stuff changes in the car world. So yeah, 2001, 2005 they stopped building them, obviously because Rover went into liquidisation and it all went kaput. But in 2004 the ZR was one of the best selling cars MG Rover did at that time. And in the Z car range it was ZR, ZS, ZT. And explain, some people go, oh, it's just a Rover 25 with a MG badge in. And it is. If you strip Noel, put normal bumpers on him and everything, he is a Rover 25. But he's a souped up 25. But I shouldn't say that really, because he's an MG at the end of the day. And as I found out with working on the other two, is you get parts of a 25 and you fit it to a ZR and they're actually slightly different, like the clocks are different. And I've just found out the rear boot locks are different as well. A 25 lock has a plastic collar on it, and it doesn't fit for the whole of a ZR one. You've got to get a proper ZR one. So that was interesting. So yeah, they aren't technically the same. Once you start stripping them, some bits are, but a lot of cases they're not. So yeah, for the people who don't know, they do Rover 25s, what look like Noel, but slightly different bumpers, don't have the lips on them, and small wheels and cloth interiors and normal interiors, but they do quite luxury Rovers. I think people don't like the 25 because it's an old man's car. I quite like him. I think they're quite smart 25s, nice stock 25. And then what I was saying, a ZS and a ZT. A ZS is based on a 45 and a ZT is based on a 75. So yeah, they've all sort of, it was like, I think at the time Rover was trying to sell cars and he just couldn't shift them out the door. They were still in that oldie worldy sort of era. No one really liked them and they were cheap and they break easily and blah blah blah. And he brought out the MG line and called them the Z cars, and you could buy a tuned lowered suspension hot hatch or hot saloon, brand new. You didn't have to mod it, and I think it did have its appeal to the younger generation. I think it did do well to a point. Shame it didn't go. Shame it didn't last any longer. But yeah, it did work. All the petrol engines are all K series, where the people are not in the know think, oh, K series head gaskets, blah blah blah. But the people in the know are actually, if they maintain well, and because they are high maintenance engines, if you maintain well, you can keep them going for a long time. Look after them. It's people that don't look after them and their heads go on them and all sorts of problems. But actually, it's not that too bad a fix. So yeah, that's what ZR is. I probably missed loads of things. There's lots of geeky stuff what people would tell you about them, but I'm trying to give you an overall view of what ZR is without boring you to death, really. So that's pretty much it. And the plan with Noel is just do him up, bring him back to OEM standard, take all his chav bits off him, and enjoy him. Probably end up being a show car, I think. A nice looking show car we can take it Pride of Longbridge if that ever happens again. So yeah. And Maddie, who given us the bumpers, I'm going to tell her what she does. She got a racing team who races 160, so I'm going to tell you about that back in the studio. So our friend Maddie has a race team where she races a 160, but it's I think it's ECU tuned to about 170, and as you can see there in the photo, it's quite a pink looking machine. It looks quite good actually. I'm not really into muddy cars, but when you're racing you can do what you want with colours, and you can make some good colours. And she's got pink wheels on it, and I think she used to race and do a 190 series, but I think it was too expensive, so she did 170 instead, because it's a bit cheaper apparently. And I put on the next photo, she got a photo of her spinning off and hitting a polystyrene board. It's quite a spectacular shot. I put all the information on screen and what the championship she runs in. I'd like to go at some point and do some photography. Fancy doing some racing photography one day. And doing it with MG sounds really good to me. But yeah, that's Noel. So you'll probably be seeing more of Noel to come. It's down. And hopefully do a build series on him where we change him up, and we've got another 160 interior at home waiting for him to go in. What's better than this? We've got Maddie's got the bumpers for us. We need to get some wings. So if anyone got any X-Power grey wings, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to buy some new ones. And he just needs a good going. Fruit brakes need a good going over, and suspension and that. But that's about it. Yeah, he's good. No, he's a good car. I think he's been accepted into the stablemates of JJ and Gordon. But I don't think he's been fully introduced to him. Yeah, he's sort of been hiding away from him, but Noel's the new stablemate. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this quick look around of Noel, and I hope you stay for more. All the local history people, don't unsubscribe because I'm doing car stuff. That's coming. But all the car people, MG stuff, stay around because we'll do a build stuff on Noel, and JJ's got the BRM interior going into him, so that's another build. Gordon will probably have bits over the years. We'll do bits on Gordon. But yeah, I hope you give us a subscribe and a like, and give us a comment. Obviously, if you've got some X-Power wings, let us know. And let us know about 160s and what your thoughts are on them. And remember to click that big bell.